Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Prithviraj English Academy. Dear students, as we know that our social studies series is going on for the Karnataka State Board. In this video, we are going to discuss about 7th standards, chapter number 16, the first war of Indian independence, 1857 to 1858. I hope you are enjoying your holidays. Along with that, you can prepare your notes that will going to helpful you when you are going to back to the school. So that means that time there is no need to take a notes if you had prepare your note now only along with your holidays. So I hope you are going to prepare. So without a delay, let's start the explanation about the first war of Indian independence, 1857 to 1858 CE means common era. Okay, revolt of 1857. Let's now come to the in this unit we will learn about the factors responsible for Indian post-war of independence in a year of 1857. We will come to know the details of the struggle of the freedom fighters in this event, and we will come to know the effects of the post-war of independence. Now come to the introduction part, the nature of the revolt. British historians described the event as merely a Sipahi mutiny. Means 1857 revolt will going to refer by the Britishers, by the British historians as a Sipahi mutiny. Right, first point. Then move to this next. But Indian historians will going to say that this incident only as a first war of Indian independence. Among them, for the first time, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar was the first person who called it as a first war of Indian independence. 1857, the revolt we are going to call it by the Vinayak Damodar Savarkar as the first war of Indian independence. So along with him, Pattabi Sitaramaya and Jawaharlal Nehru also going to consider this one as the major people's revolt for the freedom. Who they are? Pattabi Ramaya and the Jawaharlal Nehru along with Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, VD Savarkar. Okay. But beginning it is started as a military mutiny, a Sipahi mutiny. Afterwards, it spread among the peasants, means farmers, artisans, kings, zamindars, and common people. And it will going to consider as it is a awakened political consciousness in India and showed the seeds of the national movement among the Indians. Yes, now like that it is. First, it is like a mutiny. After sometimes it is the rebellion by the soldiers against their commanders. In 1857, Indian Sipahi rebelled against the British East India Company, and we are going to consider the India's first war of independence. Now come to the causes of the revolt. Once they maybe ask you the question, mention the causes for the revolt. These are the mainly you have to write. Political causes, administrative causes, economic causes, social causes, religious causes, military causes, and the immediate causes. So now one by one we are going to discuss about them. So first is political causes. First, very important, British expansionist policies hurt Indian soldiers. Expansionist policy of the British, it is hurt to the Indians, especially Indian rulers. Okay, and they have implemented the cunning policy like subsidy alliance by the Lord Wellesley and the doctrine of lapse by the Dalhousie. These two were the main policies, especially from the doctrine of lapse. They got merged the states like Satara, Jhansi, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Audh, etc. Okay. Then one more thing they have done, it is by the Lord Dalhousie, who was dethroned the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah II, and even he was going to stop the pensions also of this, and many princes lost their thrones and pensions also. And here these states, in these states, the native kingdoms, soldiers were there, no, as soldiers they became the unemployed, so they consider by themselves the reason for their unemployment is British only, so they started the revolution, yeah, revolt, yeah, movement against the Britishers. This is called the political causes. Now move to the next. Here their pictures also there, here means the here it is Lord Dalhousie, Wellesley, Bahadur Shah. Okay, and this only one picture will going to explain you everything about the revolt of 1857. Okay, now come to the administrative causes. First is higher civil and military posts were going to reserve for the Europeans. Means the higher posts will going to given to the only Europeans. Hmm? Both civil also and military posts also. And English replaced the Persian as the court language. Before it is a Persian language, now it is English as a court language, and it will not going to understood by the common people of the Indian, right? And then legal and the revenue systems were corrupt. Both revenue system, as already we came to know that by their zamindari system, they have started exploiting the people, they are the corrupted, right? And middlemen started exploiting the people. Middlemen means like zamindars, they have started exploiting the people. Next cause is economic causes. British started taking over wealth to the their countries. Already we came to know this one by the Dadabhai Naoroji's theory, the drain of the Indian wealth. Okay, then they have imposed the heavy taxes. Okay, this thing was going to disturb the peasants and zamindars also. Then third point here it is cottage industries collapsed because of the industrial revolution, which was going to started in England. Okay, then next commercialization of the agriculture. Before our Indian means farmers are going to growing only food crops, but these were going to forcing them to grow the commercial crops. Famines and the droughts were going to causes heavily to the Indian people to become the poor here. Okay, now move to the fourth, social and religious causes. In society and in religion, what are the changes that took place? Okay, and those are became the causes. The British believed in a racial superiority. Means British will going to consider by themselves they are the superior because they are the white, and Indians they are going to consider as a are treated as a black people, so they are the inferiors according to the British. The boards in European clubs were going to like that. Dogs and Indians are not allowed to their clubs. This is what the racial discrimination was there. And reform laws, abolition of the sati, widow remarriage, ban on the child marriage, these are all going to seen by the orthodox Indians. Orthodox means they are the cutters. Cutter Indians are going to got angry because of these all the things. Okay, and one more thing is that spread of the Christian missionary activities. Then railways and telegraph grams were seen with a means these are also going to consider as a dangerous for the Indians. This is also the cause. And one more thing is that the theory of the white man's burden. What they are going to consider white man's burden means what the Britishers are going to consider by themselves. It is their duty to civilize the Indian people, because according to them the Britishers were the civilized and we are the uncivilized people. It is their duty. They have to civilize us. These all the things were going to become the causes for the 1857 revolt as a social and religious cause. Okay. Next, military causes. Indian soldiers were going to poorly paid. It means very less salary for them, and along with that, discrimination also there in the army. British soldiers are going to receive the higher salaries and the even privileges and posts also. Indians are going to only for the lower posts. Religious customs of the Sipahi were insulted. For example, provision of the religious symbols means they have British are going to prohibited. They are going to ban some religious symbols like turban of the Sikhs. They have asked the remove to the Sikh soldiers, even the Muslims also, for their religious symbols. They asked them to stop it. Okay. Then the Common Military Service Act, and through that they are going to forcing to the soldiers to the go to the other countries while crossing the seas and oceans. These are all the things are going to become the cause for the as a military cause for the 1857. Okay, now come to the immediate cause. British government, East India Company was going to introduce the Enfield rifle in the year of 1857. In this rifle will be there the cottages were going to they are going to greased with a cow and fig fat. Here it is the cottages. This is what the Royal Enfield rifle it is. The cottage is this one means the bullet cottages. When you are going to taking out this one and you are going to insert in this one, no, you have to take it out the cover of this one by the your teeth only, means soldiers teeth only. So soldiers were thought that this grease this cover was going to greased by the fat of the either cow or pig. Cow is the holy animal for the Hindus and pig is the forbidden by the Muslims. So this thing was going to hurt, means this thing, this news was going to hurt the religious sentiment of the people of the Indians. So this is the immediate cause. Okay. Now come to the course of the revolt. March 1857, Mangal Pandey, a Sipahi at the Barakpur. Barakpur is located at the Bengal nowadays, nearby the Kolkata, over there. Their regiment of the British Army. In the regiment, the Mangal Pandey as a soldier who was prepared to use the cottages, but British officers were going to forcing him. So he killed the British officer and immediately he was arrested by the British officer and hanged. This is the first thing the British had done the mistake, right? So this news was going to spread to the even Meerut also on the 10th May 1857. In the Meerut also, the soldiers they refused to use the new cottages and they killed the Europeans and they have released their colleagues from the jails. They are going to taken by the Britishers and they marched towards the Delhi. Once they reached the Delhi, they declared by themselves as a Bahadur Shah II of the Mughal Emperor as a Emperor of the India. He is the symbolic leader of the 1857 revolt. Bahadur Shah II. He is the last emperor king of the Mughal ruler. Yeah, Mughal kingdom. Okay. Here it is Mangal Pandey. Here it is the how the this was going to spread 1857 revolt. Okay. First from the Bengal province, then it went to the what you are going to call it Uttar Pradesh, then Delhi, then after that here some places like after the Delhi it went to the Kanpur. It is led by the in Kanpur Nana Sahib was there to assist him. Tata Topi was there, right? In Lucknow Begum Hazrat Mahal was there, right? In the Jhansi of the Madhya Pradesh, Rani Lakshmi Bai, who was going to fight against the Britishers like men, but in between the war only she was lost her life. So to assist her, the Tata Topi also there. Okay. Then in Bihar, the Kunwar Singh also there. And in South India, Mundargi Bhimrao from the Karnataka, Venkatappa Nayaka from the Karnataka, Baba Saheb of the Nargund from the Karnataka. They were also took place in a 1857 revolt. Now move to the next. Reasons for the failure of the revolt. The revolt spread across the north and central India, but was crushed due to the lack of unity, poor coordination among the people, means among the soldiers also, and superior British resources compared to the Indian soldiers. These are the reasons for the failure. Now move to the next point. It is effects, consequences, the outcomes, the impact of the revolt of the 1857. First is end of the company rule. By this revolt, means in the year of 1858, this revolt was got ended. Through that, the British government was going to declare the end of the rule of the East India Company. End of the company rule. East India Company rule got ended and crown rule established, means directly the British Queen was started ruling over us, and she had declared the some raised to us a promise. First is she was promised non-interference in the religious matter of the Indians. Second is that she was promised the equal treatment under the laws. Both, Britishers also and Indians also going to treat it equally. These are the two things. Then, third point is political awakening in the Indians. We are maybe unsuccessful, but it inspired the future freedom movement. After this lesson, we have the freedom movement. Okay. The next, military reorganization. Indians were kept away from the strategic posts in the army. The next, national movement inspired. This revolt became a symbol of the resistance against the British rule. Okay. So now come to the significance, importance of this one is first large scale expansion of the Indian unity against the colonialism. Though it may be feared, it was not just a Sipahi mutiny but the first war of Indian independence. Inspired later leaders like Balangadhar Tilak, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. So I hope, my dears, you have understood the concepts of the first war of Indian independence, 1857 and 58. If you have any doubt, any suggestion, then please comment and like the video, subscribe the channel and share this video among your friends. Thank you so much for watching this video, my dears. Enjoy your holidays with a Prithviraj English Academy. Thank you so much.